be common in all acids. This is very important. Sometimes a question comes that what is common between all acids. So you have to remember that all acids have similar chemical properties. This line is very important, that they show similar, they produce hydrogen gas. We'll see this reaction how it happens when they reacts with metals. So you have to remember that when an acid reacts with metal, okay, it will give you some product plus hydrogen gas. So this is more important that you have to remember. Now we are talking of acid reacting with metal. Metal is what? You have learnt in the previous part also, whenever a metal is reacted with oxygen, it produces metal oxide, and metal oxides are what? They are basic in nature. So you have to remember this. This is also a type of neutralization reaction in which an acid is reacting with base to give you this question mark here represents that it will be a salt. Okay, so remember this thing, that whenever an acid reacts with metal, it will give you a salt plus hydrogen gas. So we can say hydrogen seems to be common to all acids. So the common point here is that hydrogen is common to all. Now let us do all the compounds containing hydrogen are acids. That means the compounds having hydrogen are acids or not. For this we have taken an activity. You can see there is a beaker. In the beaker we have taken dilute HCl. I told you last time also what is dilute HCl doing, and rubber coke on which we have two pins. We have put it 2 pins. We have connected these pins with the wires, and switch we have placed a bulb and a battery. Now what will happen? The bulb glows in beaker containing HCl. When we switch on, we see that the bulb is glowing. Why this bulb is glowing? What we have taken in this activity, if you HCl. So this HCl goes under dissociation when the current is passed, and we are getting H plus and Cl minus ions. Okay. So these H plus and Cl, the positive ions are known as cation and the negative ion is known as anion. So these H plus ions or hydrogen ions you produce, they are responsible for this acidic property or acidic behavior. That's why the ionic state is helping in the conduction of electricity. But our point is that compounds containing hydrogen are acids or not. The question is, let us see the another compound which is having hydrogen, and will it conduct electricity or will it behave like an acid? So now we have taken glucose. The formula of glucose is C6H12O6. Okay, the same process is there. We have taken beaker. Instead of dilute HCl, we are here taking glucose solution. Glucose solution you can make by dissolving glucose in water. Now same, we have stuck 2 pin on the rubber coke, wire, switch, bulb. What we'll see, when we switch it on, the bulb is not glowing. Now what had happened? Why this bulb is not glowing? Because this glucose has not gone under dissociation reaction. That means it is not producing H ion. So electricity is not conducted through glucose because no dissociation glucose solution into ions. So this is the main point, that dissociation means breaking down. Because here we can say slightly, if we go further, the bonding in this case HCl is having the ionic bonding, and when we talk of this C6H12O6, here it is the covalent bonding. That means here the complete transfer of electron is taking place, and here is the sharing of electron taking place. So what you will say, that do all compounds containing hydrogen are acid? No. Only those compounds which go under the dissociation reaction and produce H ions will be having acids and will conduct electricity. Next is action of acids in water solution. Now how your acids will behave in water solution? For this, it's also a very good activity. We have taken HCl gas. Because it is a gaseous in nature, it will be acidic in nature. It's okay. It will release HN with wet blue litmus paper, and hence blue litmus change to red. Now one activity is given in your NCERT, you have to see that activity also, because that is much more important. In that, what we are doing, we are taking this, a reaction is there in which the HCl gas is coming out. Okay, so this HCl gas, when it is coming out, we are bringing a dry litmus paper on the mouth of this test tube. What we'll see, that blue litmus paper is not changing its color. So, and when we bring the moist litmus paper, it is changing the color. So it proves that HCl gets dissociated into H ion and chlorine only in the presence of water. So this thing is to be remember, action of acid in water solution. That's why we can say action of acid in water solution, that the HCl get dissociated, or the acids get dissociated only in presence of water. So the HCl gas is thus the acidic property of gas shown in HN combines with water forming hydronium ion. Why the dissociation occurs? You can say this is cation and HN. This HN which is released, it is combining with the water molecule and forming H3O plus ion, hydronium ion. It will be formed. Now, what is the action of bases in water solution? You know that acids produce HN and bases produce OH, hydroxide ion in water. So this is the simplest example, sodium hydroxide combining with water to give you sodium and hydroxide ion. Bases which are soluble in water are known as alkalis. Remember, all the bases are not soluble in water. That's why we say only the bases which are soluble in water. So generally, when we talk of the bases, it is the first group, sodium, potassium, hydroxide are formed, and these are known as bases. Bases which are not soluble in water are known are copper hydroxide, calcium. So these are, so we can say that all alkalis are bases, but all bases are not alkalis. This is very important part. We can say all alkalis are bases, because bases which are soluble in water, definitely they are called alkalis. So we can say that all alkalis are bases, but all bases are not alkalis, because all bases are not dissolving in water to form the alkaline solution. Now see what is there in the question part. Why solution of alcohol do not show acidic character? So we can take the help of this activity. In this we are having glucose, and in this we are having alcohol. So we can write that because there is no dissociation of alcohol, and this non-dissociation of alcohol is the result that it is not showing the acidic character. Or you can also write that there is a covalent bonding in case of alcohols, and there is a sharing of electrons, not transfer of electron. That's why they are not dissociated into the ionic state, and that's why they are not showing any acidic character. Second is, why does HCl gas does not change the color of the dry litmus paper? I am saying that actually this activity is given in your NCERT. You can see from that part that when the HCl gas is passed on the dry litmus paper, that dry litmus paper does not allow the HCl to go into the ionic state. So when we bring a dry litmus paper in front of the HCl gas through the in front of the mouth of the test tube from which the gas is coming out, the dry litmus paper color doesn't change because the HCl is not dissociated into ion. But when we bring a wet litmus paper, the color of the blue litmus paper changes to red because of these two reactions you can write. Why does an aqueous solution of an acid conduct electricity? So aqueous solution of an acid conduct electricity because the dissociation of HCl into H plus and Cl ion takes place in presence of water, and H ion present in the acid solution are responsible for this acidic property, or you can say are responsible for the conduction of electricity instead of acidic property, you can write. So it is a direct answer. Now you have to complete the equations for the dissociation of the following acid on the base in water. H2S like 2H plus S. So H2SO4 it is 2H plus, and here the ions you can balance 2H plus SO4 minus magnesium hydroxide, then the Mg2 plus OH minus, and H plus and I minus. So why does an aqueous solution of an acid conduct electricity? So aqueous solution of an acid conduct electricity. Same. Why does an aqueous solution of acid conduct? I think they have repeated the same question, so you can write the same answer because question number 3 and 5 are same. Acid to water or water to acid. This is also a very important reaction, that how you have to take acid and how you have to do the dilution process. Actually it is about that only, that whether we have to add acid to water or water to acid. That means first we have to take what? That means if it is a test tube and you have to dilute HCl, you are having concentrated HCl and you have to dilute it, what you will take first in this test tube? Because the process of dissolving an acid or a base in water is called an exothermic reaction. You remember the exothermic reaction, that heat will be coming out. So acid is added slowly to water with constant stirring. So we will take first water inside it, because it is an exothermic reaction, high amount of heat will be released. So what we'll take first water inside it, and slowly we'll keep on adding HCl from the side of the test tube, or we can stir it. So the amount of heat which will be released will be absorbed by the water which we have taken already inside the test tube. So remember that it is always safe to